Hello, how's everyone doing tonight? It's Kathy here for my Tuesday night spiritual tea talk. And tonight we're going to talk about magic and what is it and how do we use it and really how do we have it in our day-to-day lives, maybe without even realizing that we just label something as magic or not magic. So um, here I am, as I said, for my Tuesday night spiritual tea talk. You can join me every single Tuesday, except the first Tuesday of the month. Then I go in my private group and do my mini readings. So that's Spiritual Readings by Kathy is a Facebook group that I do readings in. Um, or you can join me every Tuesday here where I talk about a different subject related to spirituality or magic or or whatever I happen to think about for that week. So let me tell you a tiny bit about myself. My name is Kathy. I'm a tea leaf and tarot reader. I've been doing this professionally almost 5 years now. As well, I'm a steep tea or sipology consultant, providing quality loose leaf tea and tea accessories. If you're a tea drinker, you really need to try them. They're fresh, they're wonderful flavors, and we got all the accessories so you can make that cup of tea, that perfect cup of tea. So get in contact with me if you want more information on that. And otherwise, we are going to. Oh, hi. I could see someone was here. Hi. Sephora. Zeph, the Zahara. Sorry, I really am bad with names, so I do apologize. I'm so glad that you're here, though. Um, we're going to talk about magic tonight, and I want you to think about that word and what does it mean to you. Like we kind of take that word and make it seem like it's mystical or like it's something that not everybody has in their life. Yeah, nice to see you're here. um, but I want to kind of bring it in and have you maybe look at it a little different. I was reading something about witches in particular, and we think of witches as casting spells and maybe performing a little bit of their own magic and maybe it's interesting, thank you. Um, and maybe, being maybe a little bit more control of their life or what's coming into their life. Um, but if we think about it, um, anytime that we go on a date and maybe you put makeup on or you put some perfume on or you dress nicely, you've set an intention that you're going to have a romantic evening, that you're going to attract a mate, that you're going to cast a spell maybe on this person that you're dating. So it's interesting to look at it that way and wonder that maybe you are performing your own magic every time that you bake a cake and you do it with love. You set your intention that this dinner or this meal is going to nourish your family and make them happy, and you add a little extra love into what you're cooking. You're not necessarily just throwing in ingredients. Usually we've even consciously, if not, I mean, subconsciously, even if it's not conscious, we're usually providing that meal for our family with a little bit of love or a little bit of magic thrown into it so that it's a little extra special, even if we are stressed out while we're doing it. But it's a different concept to think that maybe we are wishing on a star sometimes. And, you know, I think of those dandelions too. And as a kid, I used to blow on them and make a wish. Anytime that you're doing something like that, you are working with magic. You're working with energy and setting intention and looking at what you are hoping to get from that. So, I don't know if you have an example that you wanted to share with me, Zahara, as well. It's really a gut feeling and strong intuition. There you go. Yeah, anytime that we do something and we, you know, we even kiss our you know, our significant others or our kids goodbye in the morning, we're also then saying a little intention that they have a good day, or that they're, you know, going to do well in school, or, you know, we've all done that, you know, when we're about to take an exam, or our kids are in a stressful situation about to take an exam or something, and you know, we wish them well. We set good intentions for, you know, the exam to be easy for them to pass, for them not to struggle. So those are all examples of us using our own magic, of us setting intentions, of us being magical in what we do in our day-to-day life. Another good example is about doing a job interview too, right? We um, we um, we go to a job interview, and of course we dress up nicely, and you know, we, you know, if we're female we may put some makeup on. If we're male, we'd make sure we shaved. Our appearance is very important. We go in there with the intent that, you know, we're going to do the best job that we can, and we're going to share with this employer all of the skills that we have that are good, and how we can help them with whatever position that they're looking for. Again, so we're kind of setting our intention, we're making a wish, we're using magic to actually make something happen. So when we get that phone call or the email and it says, yes, we'd like to have you for a second interview, or yes, we'd like you to come in and start on Monday or whatever, we have done our own little magic in the background to make that happen as well. So it's interesting to see how we we don't always see the things that we're doing that might even be superstition too, right? So just as I mentioned about kissing your kids before, you know, they go off to school in the morning, like that could become a habit, but it could also become a bit of a superstition. Yeah, it's true with interviews. We always make sure we're well prepared, right? So as you're setting your kids off, you know, you're wishing them well, and you're also making sure that they have a good day and that they're using all of their tools as well. We teach them as well how um, to think of things and wish for things, and to be a little more magical. And I think we can learn a lot from kids in particular, because they believe in things like Santa, or they believe in the Tooth Fairy, or they believe in elves or fairies or a unicorn. But as we grow up, the adults kind of tell us, no, 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 those things aren't real. They're not magical anymore, and we shouldn't believe in those things. So I'd like to encourage all of us to maybe start to believe a little bit more in some of those magical beings and those magical fairies and unicorns, and why they not be part of your life now. So when I'm talking about magic, of course, I have to talk about some of the magical tools that I use. So my teacups, of course, for me, provide magic because, as you can see, I had a reading yesterday, and this is what the cup looks like. And for a lot of people, that would look like nothing. But for other people who might use their imagination or might be magical, they would see different things. And that's part of what I do. I just use my imagination, set an intention that I can see what might be able to guide the person that I'm doing a reading for. And I see all sorts of symbols and numbers and letters and all sorts of neat things when I do the tea leaf reading. So some people might say that I'm performing magic, or I might be magical by being able to see and guide my clients when I do that sort of thing. So, hi Margaret, I see you're here as well. Yeah. Yesterday's cup. Yeah. So, yeah, this is a cup that I posted on my private Facebook group. And it's amazing how many different signs and symbols people have seen in this cup. Again, if you're interested in readings, being part of the private group, Spiritual Readings by Kathy, is the best place to go to see what I do and how I do it. And the other magical tool that I wanted to bring out tonight was my pendulum. So I'm not sure if everyone's familiar with a pendulum, but basically you have a weight or a crystal, in this case, at the end of a string. And I ask it questions. And these, I like to use this mat in particular, but you don't have to use a mat. And I can get yes or no answers based on the question, and just allowing the pendulum to basically talk to me. So again, being magical, I would, as I said, ask a question and then get answers based on that, and share that information with my clients as well. So those are just two of the wonderful tools. Of course, I work with tarot, and I work with my tea leaf reading cards. So if anybody's seen my mini readings that I do, those are with the tea leaf fortune cards as well. So one of my other magical tools. But I think the biggest tool that I use is my intuition. So it's hard to explain. But basically, yeah, thank you, Margaret. It's a nice pendulum, and it's provided lots of answers for Margaret, by the way. Um, and but as I said, my biggest tool would be my intuition. So when I'm doing a reading, I actually kind of feel into, and I don't know how else to explain that, into the symbols that I'm seeing. So, for instance, what we were just seeing, a lot of people saw a lion in the cup in my other group. And for some people, to me, it was indicating that that person should be loud and roar and stand up for themselves. For other people, I was seeing it as be brave and strong, and looked at it totally different. And I think there was a third reading too, where I think the person needed to be brave as well. But it's funny or interesting. I won't say funny. Interesting how different people have different readings based on my intuition, and so the same symbol may not get you the same answer, even though there might be a generic answer based on what a lion means. But for me, I use my intuition, and therefore then change or adjust what that meaning might be specifically for that person. So that's my real magic is using my intuition and being able to provide my clients unique and deeper meanings to what these symbols mean. So I see I'm running out of time, and I really did want to, of course, mention to you guys that if you love what I'm doing and you'd like to support me, there are links in the start that allow you to provide me a tip. Again, this is all free, but if you'd like to support me, I would love that. As well, if you'd like to get to book a full reading, I am doing in person as well as online. I'm offering both right now, and they're 30 or 60-minute readings that I do either Sundays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, or Friday. So 4 out of the 7 days I am booking readings. So hopefully we can fit you in a time that's convenient. And I look forward to seeing everybody next Tuesday. And hopefully you'll go and spread some of your magic and believe a little bit in your own magic. Take care.